Hello, how are you doing, my kings and queens? I'm your host, King. Today, I would like to talk about several analogies with driving, of course, similar to cooking, flipping burgers, flipping hot dogs, flipping sausage, flipping ribs. You hungry? You better be. So, if you can flip the burgers on the electric grills, the hot dogs, the sausage, the pork chops, the ribs, you can drive. If you have a good grip, keep a good eye, have perfect timing, way to overcook the food, you can drive. Another thing I would like to tell you too is if you're a good talker, you can drive. Because talking and driving is similar, meaning if you can hold a conversation well and you can talk to people and if you can listen to people, you can drive. Now, here's the thing. I know sometimes you might love talking to people, but sometimes you might need a break. Sometimes you can tell people that could talk to you, but I'm gonna go do my own thing now. Nothing against you. I just need time to recharge my batteries. Nothing wrong with that. Because the reason I say that is sometimes if you overstay your welcome, then you may run out of things to say. Then you may say things that's backwards, and people will say, "What are you talking about? Was you even listening to me? Did you hear what I said?" I don't want people. I don't want you to put yourself in that predicament where you had a conversation where you was easy to talk to. Now you say one wrong thing, then it's awkward. Then you can't recover that. Then you are confused. You might feel frustrated, um, and you might second guess yourself. And you might say, "What happened? I was the life of the party. I was cracking jokes left and right. I was on top of everything." But now all of a sudden I said one wrong thing. Now look as if I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't let Satan make you feel that way, where everything was going well, and then you said one wrong thing that was backwards, um, and people feel as if they are guessing your intelligence, or second guessing your intelligence. You're still very intelligent. You're still very clever. It happens to all of us. Sometimes you're just tired, and talking is you have to have endurance, you have to have stamina, you have to have focus, you have to have discipline, you have to have structure, you have to have organization um, when you communicate. It's easy and difficult at the same time. And I know sometimes you may not be in the mood to always focus on hearing what people say, and you just want to just blurt whatever comes out your mouth. Sometimes you can, but if you're in a professional setting, not as much because it could be money on the line. It could be people's lives on the line, people's career on the line, your career on the line. So you gotta know when to pick and choose. But if you have a good recovery skills where you can have a comeback if people say, "What are you talking about? Was you listening?" He said, "Sure, I was listening. I was making sure that you was knowing what you was talking about. I was listening, even though you might have fumbled. But if you can um, pick up, continue where you left off, that's great. So having a good recovery skill is that can help you if you say something and then it comes to awkward silences where you went from sociable to awkward to sulky. Completely let Satan make you be sulky where you talking your head off and then you say one wrong thing, then you don't want to be bothered with anybody. But talking similar to driving, writing an essay similar to driving. If you can write an essay, you can drive. If you can write a five-paragraph essay, you can drive where you have the beginning, middle, and end. Again, back with talking. Please do your best to stay focused and hearing what people have to say. 80%, 90%, especially with the ladies, even if they talk to you a lot, even if they say the same topic over and over. That's what ladies do that as well. Um, Hear what they have to say, but if it kind of sounds repetitive and you want to go do your own thing, mix and mingle, do something else, you could kindly yet assertively say, "It was great talking to you, but I want to do my own thing." There's nothing wrong with that. If you heard what the person had to say 5, 10, 15 minutes, you'd have to stay an hour or something along those sorts. But what I'm saying is try to be focused, talking 80 to 90%. So nobody else say anything. You understand? The reason I say that is try to be focus talking as much as you can because even if you have a long week at work and people want to talk to you, still do your best to hear what they have to say because it's you can't say, um, "Oh, I was tired. I didn't feel like paying attention. I didn't feel like focusing." And it's understandable. I get it. Sometimes we're human after all. Sometimes we don't feel like doing nothing. You know, and once again, talking is a mental activity. You do have to be engaged. You have to participate. You have to be an active listener. It does require a lot after a while, especially if you you talk to a lot of people, or even though having a dialogue with one person. I know it could be a little draining after a while, but treat it similar to driving because after you come from work, you have to focus getting back home, whether it's an hour commute or a 2 hour commute. You can say, "Oh, I was tired and I feel like taking a break. I was tired. I focus." So treat talking similar to driving. Try to be focused close to 100%, 80 or 90%. But getting back with driving, you can't say, "Oh, since I was tired and had a long week, a long day from work, I just want to take a driving break or a focus break." Just as you can't take a focus break on driving, try not to take long focus breaks with talking. That's the only thing I'm telling you. They kind of go hand to hand. But once again, I try to make it a chore with talking. Have fun, communicate, ask questions, but try to stay focused so you won't get those frustrating, awkward silences where you was having a fun time with communicating with people, then you say one wrong thing, then you don't know how to recover or what to say. You just want to just get out there and be on your own for a minute. So don't give up, don't get discouraged, don't get frustrated. Just keep on doing your best. So now that we have flipping the burgers out the way in the grill, communicating, talking to people is similar to driving. What else is similar to driving? I'm glad you asked. Oh, writing an essay is similar to driving. And what else is similar to driving? Another thing too, you may not like this topic, but I have to say it anyway. If you see a rodent in your home or at the workplace, especially if they paying you extra, but you can leave that to the custodians. But if it's if the babies are at risk, it could be even 10, 11, 12-year olds. If they say, "Oh, there's a rodent, can you get it for us?" And there's not a custodian nowhere to be found. So what do you do? Sometimes, yeah, you might have to be a little courageous, a little brave, even though you don't like it. If it was a rat, you say you gotta call the janitor or the custodian. I'm not touching the rat. But if it was a little a measly mouse, then that'd be different. So if you see a little mouse, even though you don't like it, but if you could pick up the rodent, the little rodent, that can help you with your fear of driving. See, even the rodent is more difficult than the fear of driving. To me, it's more nerve wracking. To me, you could correct me if I'm wrong. So you mean to tell me you rather pick rodents all day instead of drive all day, or you rather pick rodents every day instead of drive every day? You can ask yourself, does that make sense? Is that like that the life you want to live? You're too smart for that. You're too smart to be picking rodents every day. How about you switch it with driving every day? Oh, say, oh, see, you just good at picking up the roads. You're not good with driving. Leave that to the professionals. You are a professional driver, believe it or not. If you can pick up a rodent in your home, you can drive. Don't do it for anybody else now. Just do it for yourself. You understand? And you look at this way. You are ahead a step uh, of others because there's people who can drive but are afraid of picking up little rodents. So if you can pick up the rodent, you can drive. You have a win-win. You'll be a double threat or triple threat. You understand? And remember what I told you in the other video. There's people who could drive but may not know how to use the GPS of their car. They may not know how to use, look at the mileage, how many miles left before they change the oil. They might not know how to put the CD in their car. So see, you are a step ahead of other drivers. See, you could drive in other areas. Now you got to put that driving um, in the car. If you see, you're driving when you or pre-driving when you flip the burgers. You're pre-driving when you write the essays. You're pre-driving when you pick up the little orders. You're pre-driving when you are communicating. You are pre-driving when you're teaching babies on your own. And it can be difficult to them, very difficult, impossible. But you put on a brave face and you take a beating like a champion. If you can deal with those difficult babies who say they don't care no matter what you say, you can drive. See, driving even could be easier than dealing with those dirty students in the classroom. If you can deal with them, you can drive. Oh, another day, but get back with the rolling thing. I didn't mean to turn this into a rolling oriented video, but if you are not afraid of expressing yourself, showing people how you feel, do the same thing with driving too. Don't just as you didn't compress your feelings with picking up the roller. If you hear a squeaky noise, or you say, "Oh shoot," you spit as if you're on a roller coaster, or if you're on a paratrooper ride, we go, they're squeaking. I don't like it. I'm gonna do it, but I don't like it. If you can show your true feelings of being courageous, and being honest, and pick up the road, do the same thing. Show that same courage, but you show your honest feelings and drive to it. If you are a little nervous or a little tense, don't be afraid. Show your true feelings, being truthful, being honest. But you still be courageous. See, what people do is they try to mask their feelings and try to put on a brave face. That's okay. Sometimes you can do it, but for the most part, I'd rather you show your true feelings because that's what's going to help you to drive. And another thing too is if you're afraid of the babies, you ask God to give you strength, give you peace of mind, and He might help you to come up with 2 or 3 or 4 creative ideas of how to control the class. And He might want you to give them trivia facts before they go into the classroom. He might want you to pass the crown. He might want you to pass a Halloween mask, a Chucky mask, a Megan mask, to break the ice with those difficult kids so you can establish rapport. Who knows? So maybe having face to face driving, being creative could cure your driving anxiety. And another thing I want to tell you too is you go from anxiety to analogy. See, that's going to help you face to face driving. So for every anxiety that you have with driving, try to have 10 analogies. I always tell you. Similar to talking to ladies too. Even if it's a pretty Spanish lady and she says she doesn't speak English, you can say bonita, and then she says gracias, and then you say de nada. Then you might spark up a conversation. You might could get a number using Google Translator. It's the same thing. They're all intertwined. They're all connected. Another thing too is please don't be afraid if the teacher or examiner yells at you. I know nobody likes to be yelled at, but if you are a teacher, educate yourself when you yell at the kids. Sometimes you have to yell at the kids because if you don't yell at the kids, they'll never stop. They'll think that they can do whatever they want to do. They can play fight. They think they could throw things at each other. They think they can leave the class without permission. They think they can go through the teacher's closet. They think they can sit in the teacher's chair. They think they can look out the window. They think they could not work. So sometimes you have to yell at them to keep them safe, to keep them out of danger, to keep them out of harm's way. I know they don't like to be yelled at, but that's the only way that they'll listen or they'll learn. So look at it and think of it similar to when you was a child. Even though you didn't like to be yelled at, you needed it so people could steer you straight. And once again, if the teacher or examiner yelling at you, think of it as when you yelling at the child. You don't want to, but you have to keep them focused, keep them safe, to keep them secure, to keep them healthy, to keep them on their toes. So the teacher examiner, just as you yell at the kids occasionally to show tough love, to show care, the teacher examiner are yelling at you to show tough love or care. I know this. Make sure that they don't yell at you every single second for every single little thing that's different. Every once in a blue moon, that shouldn't hurt. Just as you are very nice, you're very kind-hearted, you're generous, you're sincere, you want the best for the kids. You may yell at them as a very last resort so they can listen to you, so they can respect you, so they don't make you look bad in front of the superintendent or the dean or the disciplinarian or the principal or vice principal. Sometimes you have to put a little bass in your voice. That's how they're gonna respect you and take advantage of a situation or get over on you. It's the same thing with driving. So if you could dish it with yelling at the kids, you could take it and make it with the teacher or examiner yelling at you. Remember, go from um, anxiety to analogy. So when you feel anxious, have a analogy or a creative analogy. Remember, if you could talk about producers, composers, photosynthesis, what else? Consumers, for science, if you could talk about um, putting the coin under the water, I mean, putting the coin under the bottle, then you pour the water, then the coin disappears where the direction of the light escapes. The coin enters the glass, enters the water, where the light ricochets and creates a reflection, its own mirror. If you can explain that, you can drive. Once again, driving is not rocket science. Driving is easy street. To me, I treat it similar to at first you might not be used to putting coconut oil in your mouth if you have gum pain, but then it becomes second nature. It becomes better than using toothpaste. It's the same thing. So it becomes second nature. It could become your second form of walking. It could become your second form of breathing. It could become your second form of, once again, coconut oil in your mouth, which you use as this substitute of your toothpaste and your mouthwash. It could become your way of living, where it can change your life, save your life, where you can change other people's life or save other people's life. And once again, here's the creativity thing. If you want to, just as you creative with the kids, be creative with driving. If you are having Burger King mass with the kids to lighten up, don't break the ice, or you're having uh, a Burger King crown or Halloween mask with the kids, um, you can use that same Burger King crown, bring in a car by saying you are the driving king. You're welcome. You could bring your Halloween mask in the car. So you could have two or three Burger King crowns, put it on the dashboard of the car. You could bring Halloween mask. You could bring a mistletoe. You could bring a Christmas tree to let it be Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, every day. So you can make a driver feel as a holiday instead of it feeling as a chore or a task. Or if you want to, here's another creativity thing. You could bring your diploma or your degree or your certificate or your reward of you doing something really special or important or monumental. You could bring that in the car and put it on the dashboard if you want to. By saying, if you could get this honor of being staff of the year, if you can be the staff of the year, you could be driver of the year. It's something for you to think about. And another thing too is, even if they announce you as staff of the year, but they didn't give you your reward, don't get upset, don't get frustrated. Look at it as you graduate from high school, you graduate from college, you didn't get the reward, you didn't walk on the stage, but you still have that honor, that distinction that nobody could take away from you. I just wanted to share that with you. It's not all about rewards or titles. It's about the skills that you bring, the action that you take. That's more important than the rewards or the title. You get it? Okay. I excuse me, I digress. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but I thought I'd share that little words of wisdom with you. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's what I know. If you could not diagnose the jacuzzi problem where the wind blows very hard and Now, no bubbles is coming out your jacuzzi. It could be an airlock, but if you could fix the airlock by turning the union pump with your hand on top of the union pump, we have control. At first, you might have had a hard time opening up the union pump. Now you open up the union pump as if it's second nature, as if it's similar to open up a doorknob, as if it's similar to open up a jar. If you can do so, you can drive because you put in elbow grease and you had that touch 3 times as charm. If you know how to open up the union pump to um, get air out of the pipes, if you could do so, you can drive. Just as drivers rocket science. Once again, um, teacher size can be more difficult to driving to me. Um, Taking that airlock out of the jacuzzi could be more difficult than driving. Filling up the jacuzzi could be more difficult than driving to me. Winterizing the jacuzzi could be more difficult than driving to me. If you could do all that work and labor and diligence, you could drive. If you could dance to the Cupid Shuffle, the Cotton Joe, the Jerusalem, the Wild Wobble, the dancer, I forgot that Spanish name. The dancer Kudro. Well, if you could do that song, that line dancing song, you can drive. Just as you dancing on beat, you could drive on beat. Once again, if you could dance on beat, do the line dance on beat, you could drive on beat too. I mean consistent. If you could dance consistently on beat, you could drive consistently on beat. If you could go on scary rides, whether it's roller coaster rides or water rides, you can drive. So even if you might take a beating um, in the classroom, but you take it like a man, you could take a beating, whether it's from the teacher or the examiner, but you take it like a man when you're driving. You may take a beating in any stage in life, whether it's from the babies, whether it's from the ladies, whether it's from the driving, but it's how many times you get beat up or how many times you get up with us and kill you makes you stronger. It may hurt, but as long as it don't kill you, it make you stronger and better than ever. And once again, one more thing. If you could bring a copy of your degree, your diploma, and you leave your original home, just in case it's something happens to your car, so your original documents won't get damaged. I just wanted to share that with you. You could decorate your car with any decorations you want to make it into its own Christmas tree with wheels. Make it into its own collage. See, I told you while driving could be the new creativity. Driving anxiety could be a new driving creativity. You could create your own Christmas tree with wheels, your own collage with wheels, your own poetry with wheels. Let me stop. Let me behave. I think I said everything I need to say. Thanks for listening to me. I appreciate you. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless. I will talk to you later. God bless. Drive safely. I'll talk to you later. God bless. And one more thing. If you could come up with all these driving analogies, you can drive. If you could come up with 10 driving analogies, you're 10 steps closer to driving, believe it or not. Because, see, that's another thing that you have that other people don't have. See, a lot of people, they have driving analogies. The drivers, they have driving analogies, but they may not have it to your level, to your extent. So people might have 5 driving analogies, but you have 10 or 12 driving analogies. See, that's where you are ahead of them. So take advantage of it, acknowledge it, embrace it, and that can help you to get over driving that much sooner. There's something for you to think about that can help you to give you a booster of encouragement, to help you to motivate, to dedicate, to be educated. It's something for you to think about. Peace of mind, your food for thought, is your discretion, is your decision, is your protocol, is your prerogative. That's all for now. Thanks for listening. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God. Drive safely for real. I will talk to you later. God bless.